Okay, get out of here. Oh,
no.
Sorry.
Move on. Speaking of polite, she's polite these days, I guess. You know, one of her tattoos used to say Billy Bob. Remember that? For Billy Bob Thornton. Now, Angelina, her skin reads, Know Your Rights. Angelina Jolie we're talking about. She was inspired to get this tattoo, Know Your Rights, by the UN Declaration of Human Rights.
She spelled no correctly.
Oh, I hope so.
Checking traffic and weather is coming up in 3 minutes on KXL. Lars will be here with his Rose City Wrap at 7:54.
The Dow's up 87. Money news comes your way in 10 minutes. And an inmate makes a break for it only to get reeled back in. We'll have a live report at the top of the hour.
Newsradio 750 KXL Sports at 15:45. Jay Allen now he's live in Omaha for the College World Series.
Yeah, and Steve, you know, the Beavers live to see another Midwest sunrise, although I doubt any of the players were up to witness it this morning after a late night at Rosenblatt Stadium. Oregon State was on the field until well after midnight as they pounded Miami 8-1 to move on in the losers bracket here at the College World Series. Lake Oswego's Mike Stutes was brilliant on the mound, giving up just 1 run on 4 hits in 6 2/3 innings, and he got plenty of help from his defense.
Pitch popped up to shallow left field. Tough play and a long run for Barney and Gillespie. Neither will get. Oh, Gillespie dives and makes an incredible catch. Please forgive me. I said neither was going to get to it. I thought neither had a chance. Gillespie, one of the great catches I've ever seen.
Apology accepted, Mike Parker on KUIK. The Beavers will be back on the field tonight to battle a tough Rice team at 6 o'clock Pacific. Our Beavers College World Series coverage is brought to you by George Moreland Plumbing, the water heater king. If it's plumbing, you know George Moreland has it. The Miami Heat are NBA champions. Dwayne Wade scored 36 to lead the Heat to a 95-92 win over the Mavericks in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Wade was named MVP of the series. The Ducks are getting new football uniforms and helmets today in Eugene. KXL has learned that Oregon will have 4 new unis, including a variation of the black ones we saw at the Civil War. The Ducks are also adding a white and a yellow helmet to the green ones they already have. The official unveiling happens today at 10 o'clock down in Eugene. And at the World Cup today in Germany.
Gordo takes it. Fonseca, the header, makes it! Oh, what a big goal! Just a clinical header by Fonseca.
The action on ESPN as Mexico cut Portugal's lead to 2-1 in the 29th minute. Also in progress, Iran and Angola are scoreless late in the first half. And coming up at noon, the Netherlands plays Argentina, and the Ivory Coast takes on Serbia and Montenegro. Interleague play continued last night in the majors. The Mariners beat the Dodgers 9-4. Adrian Beltre returned to L.A. and hit his 7th home run of the season. The Giants slipped past the Angels 3-2. Barry Bonds was 0-4. And the White Sox pounded the Cardinals 20-6. The Sox had 24 hits in that game. This Friday, it's the Les Schwab Bowl, presented in part by KXL. We have a family 4-pack for caller 7 right now at 503-733-0750. Catch the state's best high school football players live at PGE Park, or you can hear the game on KXL beginning at 6:30 p.m. We're live in Omaha at the College World Series. I'm Jay Allen on your home of the best Beavers coverage. News Radio 750 KXL.
And the traffic and weather next.
You're listening to Portland's first choice for news. First choice for news. News Radio 750 KXL.
Computer problems got you feeling blue? Viruses, pop-ups, and spyware got you all clogged up? Geeks on Call can help. Next time you've got computer trouble, call this number, 1-800-905-GEEK. Maybe if we sing it to you, you'll remember it better. 1-800-905-GEEK. Or maybe if we say it with a British accent, it'll stick in your mind. 1-800-905-GEEK. Or we could tap it out in Morse code if you like. Just remember, 1-800-905-GEEK. It's the only number you need for fast, professional, on-site computer service at your home or business. And our geeks won't try to sell you products like they do at the big stores. We just fix computers, and we fix them fast. So let's review. To get rid of computer bugs and get back up in no time, who do you call? Geeks on Call. And what's that phone number? 1-800-905-GEEK. Call 1-800-905-GEEK for Geeks on Call.
Somewhere out in Texas, or visit Oklahoma, a telephone rings and rings until finally the system clicks on. Who's calling? A business owner in Portland, contacting his bank for answers. Answers he needs right now. Wasn't some guy introduced as his personal banker? Unfortunately, his bank has outsourced their response function to a distant call center. So instead of answers, he's getting weird choices from an automated system and wondering whatever happened to personal service. Well, it's right here at Northwest Bank, with headquarters in Lake Oswego. At locally owned Northwest Bank, we'll bring the bank to you, like desktop scanners that let you make deposits right from your office and give you the personal attention most banks reserve for a precious few. Bank online, by phone, or at any Fast Bank ATM for free. There are more than 10,500 across the country. And when you call or email, you'll get a personal response every time from a dedicated professional, not an automated system. Northwest Bank. We bring the bank to you.
Every 10 minutes on the 8th at KXL, you get traffic and weather. It's brought to you by Amazing Siding and Windows. Get up to a 75% cashback rebate. Call today for details, 1-800-4-SIDING.
Mark Dornfeld's here with Portland's most dependable traffic report.
That's a pretty slow drive on Highway 217 southbound. It's going before Walker Road, pretty much all the way down to Greenberg Road due to an earlier wreck we had down at 99W. Northbound 217, not too bad a shape though. I-5 northbound slows at I-205, picks up after the Lake Oswego exit, and then more slowing before Capitol Highway up through the curves. In from Vancouver, I-5 southbound lines up about 4th Plain Boulevard down to the bridge. Small break, then more slowing off the bridge to Delta Park. And again, Lombard down at the Swan Island exit. I-84 inbound, slow back in Gateway, stays slow through the Hollywood District. And at the west end after 28th down to I-5. Traffic on I-205 lines up northbound between Johnson Creek and Holgate. 205 southbound slowing briefly on the Oregon City Bridge. Some northbound delays heading up through Gladstone as well. And I-5 northbound traffic looks pretty good as you make your way up through Wilsonville. In the KXL 24-hour traffic center, Mark Dornfeld, News Radio 750 KXL.
Time for a traveler's forecast brought to you by Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue, reminding you to pull to the right for sirens and lights. And here's Andy Carson.
A lot of places across the country looking for at least some showers and some isolated thunderstorms, including the southern parts of Texas into Louisiana. Also, most of Florida looking for the chance of thunderstorms through the Carolinas into Virginia. Ohio Valley could see some showers and some fairly strong thunderstorm potential today. And then also some isolated thunderstorms through parts of Nebraska and Kansas. Out here to the west, just looking for an amazing day. Lots of sunshine. No rain expected out here on the west. I'm Andy Carson, News Radio 750 KXL.
And right now, 55 degrees in Portland, 54 in Vancouver, and 51 in Hillsborough.
Upcoming on KXL, Lars and the Rose City Rap.
Johnson Home Improvement presents Milgard Replacement Window Theater. Tonight's episode, Hot, Hot, Cold, Cold.
So very hot in room facing afternoon sun. Why?
So cold upstairs. Must burn family albums to stay warm.
Don't let this happen to you. Move up to Milgard Replacement Windows and discover the improved year-round comfort that only Milgard can deliver. All backed by a full lifetime guarantee that's unparalleled in the industry. Go to Milgard.com or call Johnson Home Improvement at 503-639-6799 for ideas and installation on your next project. Milgard Windows. Clearly the best.
Hey folks, it's Lars. The other night, Tina and I were about to use our marquee spa when I realized I hadn't tested the water in a while. I thought I should do that before we got in. So I took the test strip, put it in the water, looked to see what adjustments were needed. It was then I was reminded how great my marquee really is. I didn't need to treat the water at all. It was still perfect. Tina and I got in and let the marquee do its job. Talk about relaxing. Nothing like a little hydrotherapy to just about absolutely eliminate all the aches and pains and the daily stress. This has got to be one of the best investments I've made to really enhance the quality of my life, our lives. I don't even really have to think about it to maintain my spa. It stays clean practically by itself. It even reminds me when it's time to do the little bit of maintenance that's required. You can enhance your life too. Just stop by Marquee, your casual living store. Their staff will help you find the perfect tub to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Marquee, your casual living store. In Tigard on Dartmouth, Clackamas on Southeast 82nd, and in Salem, visit the factory outlet on South Commercial. Marquee.
And the time now 7:52. You're listening to KXL.
And we want to send you to see the very latest beautiful homes at the neighborhood. It's in Gladstone. And caller 7 at 503-733-0750 will get a 4-pack of tickets to the event happening now through July 2nd. For more information, just go to theneighborhoodpdx.com.
In the news this morning, it's expected to get pretty heated today as two Democratic proposals for a troop withdrawal from Iraq come up for debate. The first one, backed by Senators Kerry and Feingold, calls for all U.S. combat troops to be out of Iraq by July 1st of next year. The second does not set a firm withdrawal date. Republicans are united in blasting both ideas.
It is 7:53 now, and it's time for Lars and the Rose City Wrap.
You know, we get some strange messages from Oregon's so-called leaders these days. Take Portland's mayor, please. He puts the police chief on paid leave and names a so-called interim chief who immediately begins making permanent changes in the bureau. Yeah, interim, right. That was 3 months ago. Then he orders an internal investigation that is certain to come up with nothing negative on Chief Derek Foxworth, not when the city is facing a potentially multi-million-dollar lawsuit. The investigation comes up empty as predicted, and yet the mayor dumps Foxworth, saying he's made bad judgment, and he's cut from chief to captain. And then in a few days, Foxworth, who still hasn't even returned to work yet, gets a promotion to the rank of commander, a pay raise, and a supervisory job. Gee, that makes sense. Bad judgment earns you a bigger, better job, a fatter paycheck, and a chance to supervise others and set a good example for them. Sounds like par for the course in a state that calls people like Ted Kulongoski, Diane Lynn, Eric Sten, Tommy Potter, and Karen Menace leaders. Here's the new slogan, Oregon, failing forward into the future. That's the Rose City Wrap. I'm Lars Larson.
And you can hear Lars's show today, 11 to 3, right here on KXL.
Time is 7:55. Money News, a service of the General Electric Company. Here's Ken Oliphant at Piper Jaffray.
Stocks continue to rally this morning after strong earnings reports from Federal Express and Morgan Stanley. The Dow is up 73 points. NASDAQ is up 22. First, Federal Express benefiting from a strong economy. Profits there rising 27% last quarter, easily beating estimates. Company is also raising guidance. And increasing M&A activity, certainly good for investment banks. Morgan Stanley, the latest to record huge profit gains. Profits there more than doubling last quarter. Shares of Morgan Stanley up 5%. Univision shares down over 4%, though, on news that the two companies that are preparing bids to take over the company are valuing the company very close to its current stock price. Bonds continue to trade higher. The 10-year Treasury yield 5.14%. From the downtown office of Piper Jaffray, this is Ken Oliphant.
You have a 401k at an old employer. You want to convert that? Well, you should ask Ken about that. Just go to KXL.com where it says experts. Click.
How about the drive and the forecast? Well, we'll take a look in 2 minutes.
Only KXL has Portland's best talk. Bill O'Reilly is live 9 to 11 a.m. Hear Lars live and local 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And catch Savage live 3 to 6 p.m. O'Reilly, Lars, and Savage. Portland's best talk. Best talk is on KXL.
Now pay attention, Sparky. You're a competent, thoughtful person. You're careful about making life's big decisions. But when it comes to protecting your home against the elements, some of you don't know jack. You want the truth? Don't make me go there. Making the right siding choice can be confusing. Cedar siding is one product that stood the test of time, and no one knows cedar siding like my pals at Lakeside Lumber. Lakeside pre-primes their cedar siding in the highest quality Miller paint primer. And Lakeside and Miller paint have been around longer than, well, me. Drop by Lakeside's new showroom Monday through Friday at 10600 Southwest 12th and Sherwood Road, or visit them on the web at lakesidelumber.com. Lakeside Lumber and Miller Paint. That's as good as it gets.
How you doing? Rob Russett here, professional potato, a.k.a. life of the party. The guy who put clam dip on the map, for Pete's sake. Hey, got a question for you. Do your kids enjoy hours of fun and education with the Mr. Bok Choy head? Well, how about this? You ever play a game of hot spinach? Of course you haven't, because the only vegetable that's worth a dang is the potato. Why, I taste great, I'm nutritious, and if you happen to find me in a bag of kettle chips, thanks to PGE, I'm made with genuine, renewable energy. So, unless you're keen on saddling up to a stack of rutabaga pancakes, get out there, get a potato, and start living, friend.
This is Cameron Healy, founder of Kettle Foods and makers of Kettle brand potato chips. Thanks to our friends at Portland General Electric, businesses like ours are a lot more sustainable. To join us, visit portlandgeneral.com.
A cut above exteriors features renewal by Andersen Windows, the best replacement windows available. Right now, save $60 per window. For details, call or visit acutaboveexteriors.com.
Traffic and weather on the 8th at KXL, brought to you by allofficefurniture.net. Visit their showroom at 2nd and Jefferson or on the web at allofficefurniture.net. It makes buying office furniture simple.
All right, Portland's most dependable traffic report from Air 12's Tony Martinez.
Maybe the first day of summer, but nobody's on vacation. Sunset coming in real slow there before Sylvan, right down to 405. Out of Vancouver, backed up SR 500 all the way through the park beyond Columbia Boulevard. And the Banfield slow as well, beginning before 82nd Avenue, then sluggish up to I-5. Here's Mark Dornfeld in the KXL 24-hour traffic center.
Recovering from an earlier wreck on 217 southbound, traffic slowing down at Walker Road all the way down to Greenberg Road. 217 northbound still pretty good shape, though. I-5 north still pulling away from I-205, then more slowing Capitol Highway through the curves. 205 northbound lines up at Gladstone, then Johnson Creek up to Holgate. Southbound 205 up to speed, though. In the KXL 24-hour traffic center, Mark Dornfeld, News Radio 750 KXL.
In your exclusive KXL weather forecast calls for mostly sunny skies today with a high of 73, warming up to 76 tomorrow, 84 on Friday, up to the the low 90s, I should say, by early next week. Unbelievable that we're going to the 90s by next week. 56 right now in Portland and Vancouver.
I'm Charlie Maxton, live in Columbia County, where a man is dead after a police chase.
So what are your options when a decongestant goes prescription?
You never know till you try it out.
I'm Kevin Allen. I'll have the information.
I'm Steve POTUS. Get ready to pay more for that hotel room. Details at Money News at 25 past the hour.
And you might be surprised how many kids need glasses. Our health expert joins us at 8:20.
We're sure glad you're listening to Portland's Morning News. Appreciate it. The time right now is 8 o'clock.
Your first choice for news is 750 KXL, Portland, Vancouver, Salem. Now to America's Newsroom and Fox News.
News Radio, I'm Lisa Brady. More details emerging about a prison shooting in Florida. Fox News Radio's Lisa Carton here live with more.
Lisa, a prison guard opens fire, killing two of their own and injuring another.
Between 7:30 and 7:45 this morning, the Tallahassee Police Department responded to the Federal Detention Center, reference to 3 people being shot.
John Newland with the Tallahassee Police Department.
There is no inmates in this facility that were shot.
The violence began as arrest warrants were being handed down to 6 correction officers at the Federal Detention Center, a low-security facility. One of the guards resisting arrest, and gunfire was exchanged. The shooter is in custody. The FBI investigating. Lisa.
Fox's Lisa Carton, thanks. He's not exactly tapping his foot, but President Bush says Iran shouldn't need until August to decide whether to end its uranium enrichment.
It's very important for the leadership in Iran to look at the world and say Europe and the United States and Russia and China are united in our common desire to make sure that Iranians do not develop a nuclear weapon.
Iran's president saying today it could take until mid-August to mull over a package of Western incentives. President Bush and European leaders meeting in Austria, also urging North Korea not to test fire a long-range missile. Protesters trying to make a point during the president's trip. Fox News Radio's David McDougall live in Vienna.
These are the protests just getting underway here. Police expected 10,000 people. It's difficult to get an actual estimate, so I would say the numbers are certainly in their thousands. It's a very good-natured protest, but a lot of people holding banners saying, Bush, go to Guantanamo, Bush, the world's #1 terrorist, and Bush, you're not welcome here. The underlying message from all these protesters, they're not happy that Bush is visiting Austria, and they're not happy with their own government for hosting him. Lisa?
Fox's David McDougall, thanks. Progress in an Arkansas manhunt. 3 of the 6 escapees now back in custody. The men broke out of the Van Buren County Jail. You're listening to Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Serving Portland, Vancouver, and the Great Northwest with the area's #1 newscast. This is News Radio 750 KXL. Here's Steve Leader and Rebecca Marshall.
55 degrees on this first full day of summer. We'll have a traffic and weather forecast coming up for you in about 6 minutes. Right now it's 8:02.
Police say a driver fired several shots at them before turning the gun on himself. KXL's Charlie Maxton brings us the latest live from the scene in Columbia County.
And Rebecca, this all started with a routine traffic stop in St. Helens. Police Chief Steve Solis says there was a woman behind the wheel and a man in the passenger seat.
The officer had the female passenger out on the sidewalk and was chatting with her, and the male passenger hopped into the driver's seat and took off. And a pursuit followed.
Police say that man fired at least 2 shots at them. He missed. The driver then shot himself. According to police, he was killed. This man apparently has some outstanding warrants, but it's not clear why he was so desperate to get away from police. Reporting live in Columbia County, Charlie Maxton, Newsradio 750 KXL.
Woodburn police are looking for a hit-and-run driver who hit a boy on a bike. The 12-year-old tells police he was riding his bike south on Settlemyre when the car turned into him, clipping his left leg and rear tire. The boy was in the crosswalk at the time. He's going to be okay. Police are looking for a small black car, possibly a 2-door with a square body style and sunroof.
An inmate doesn't get too far after trying to escape from the Washington County Jail. With more on this, here's KXL's Lacey Evans, live in the 24-hour news center.
Rebecca, deputies noticed the man was missing Monday night after a routine head count. Sergeant Dave Thompson says they found 44-year-old Jim Parmalee very quickly.
They actually found him in an adjacent recreation area, which is a room basically right off of the pod where he's housed. It's still a secure part of the jail, but he was able to pry a fence open.
That outdoor rec area is surrounded by a 30-foot wall. Parmalee was trying to scale a drain pipe, but fell onto the concrete below. Thompson says they are investigating, but they're not too concerned about it.
This is the first person that's able to get out of a secure area like he did since the facility was built 8 years ago.
Live in the 24-hour news center, Lacey Evans, News Radio 750 KXL.
The number of shrinks is shrinking in Portland public schools. The district plans to cut 1/3 of its psychologists in the fall so that money can be spent in the classroom. There's disagreement on the effect of trimming the number of school psychologists. One expert says that in poor neighborhoods, the school psychologist may be the only mental health service kids are exposed to. The district expects that special ed teachers will take over some of those duties, but that may increase their workload.
Black students are having a harder time getting through high school in Oregon than in any other state. A new study shows just 25% of black students in Oregon will graduate high school. That's half the national rate. The study was done by the group that publishes the journal Education Week. Oregon School Superintendent Susan Castillo says this study points out the need for high school reform.
In about a week and a half, several medicines will become prescription only. Here's KXL's Kevin Allen.
So far, he hasn't noticed people stocking up on Sudafed, Actifed, Claritin D, and other decongestants containing pseudoephedrine, but pharmacist Gary Balo says it's coming.
I think that the last week before this law takes effect, we'll probably see an increase on sales on those products.
Balo owns Paulson's Pharmacy off Northeast Sandy Boulevard and says on July 1st he'll have to finish an inventory of all those products and then move them back to the prescription area.
If they are going to need it, then, by all means, let your doctor be aware of that before you run out, not after.
A new Oregon law goes into effect designed to make it harder for meth cooks to get the key chemical ingredients. Kevin Allen, News Radio 750 KXL.
8:06 now at KXL. Coming up in 2 minutes, traffic and weather. And
gathering to tell untold stories.
They get up here to make a speech, and then they find somebody else who's had the same experiences, and they go back and forth.
I'm Doug Carter with more on a monthly gathering of veterans in part 1 of a series.
It's news you'll only hear on KXL.
Would Oregon businesses agree to pay more taxes to keep an initiative off the ballot? KXL has an exclusive look at what the teachers union managed to pull off.
Apparently threatening to bring it to the voters was enough to get big business to reconsider the corporate kicker and pay more. It could bring another $100 million for schools.
Don't wait to hear about it secondhand from the other stations. Get the exclusive. First on News Radio 750 KXL.
Let's face it, most everyone can use some extra cash from time to time.
Ted is a Check and Go associate.
So I tell people that no matter what the reason, you can get the cash you need at Check and Go. We'll hold your personal check till payday. Contact us. We'll explain everything and make it easy for you.
Call 1-800-561-CASH to find a Check and Go near you. Or get a cash advance online at checkandgo.com. Cash advance is subject to certain terms and conditions. See website for details. Ohio license 750310. Rhode Island license check cashier.
Charlie Pickett here for Amdro. Now, I don't know anybody that likes ants. That's why you need to know about Amdro Ant Block. Ant Block keeps ants out of your house, and it wipes them out where they live, outside. Just sprinkle Amdro Ant Block around the foundation of your home. You see, Ant Block's a bait. Ants take it back to the colony where they share it and die, even the queen. Amdro Ant Block. Stop them on the outside before they come inside.
Town & Country Chevrolet asks, why spend over $30,000 for an 06 Trailblazer when you can buy one at TNC for only $18,988? TNC's made a special purchase of pre-owned Trailblazers, and 15 are priced at $18,988. That's more than $14,000 below Kelley Blue Book. They're loaded with 4x4, fuel-efficient 6-cylinder, automatic, AC, CD, and more. And at TNC, get up to 35 miles per gallon with pre-owned DeVeo LS models, loaded with automatic, are only $99.88. We have 14 in stock. These Trailblazers and Aveos have low miles, plus the balance of the factory warranty. Take advantage of this one-time special offer while it lasts. Remember, the loaded Trailblazers are $18,988, and Aveo automatic LS models are $99.88. Come see our huge selection of Chevys, and it's only at Town & Country Chevrolet in Milwaukee. Drive home happy. Call 1-800-NEW-CARS on approved credit. Stock numbers posted at dealership.
Time is 8:08. News Radio 750 KXL with traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 8th. Traffic brought to you by Corbett Fish House, home of Portland's best fish and chips. Just off Macadam in Johns Landing. Visit CorbettFishHouse.com today.
Tony Martinez has Portland's most dependable traffic. Hello, Tony.
Hey, morning, guys. We're at a house fire out along Southeast Division near 117th. Fire trucks heading out that way. Watch out for commotion as they close some streets in the local area there. 117th Southeast Division. On top of that, slow traffic out of Vancouver. Still from north of the bridge all the way through Delta Park. The Sunset's still quite slow. Also, from before Sylvan with the sun in your eyes, and then slow right down past the zoo. And the Banfield still heavy back at 82nd Avenue, and then sluggish right down to I-5. Here's Mark Dornfeld in the KXL 24-hour traffic center.
So watching a slow trip on Highway 217 southbound, starting at Walker Road. Slow traffic continues down to Greenberg Road. 217 northbound still okay. I-5 northbound slows away from I-205 up to the Lake Oswego exit. More slowing Capitol Highway through the curves. I-205 good shape southbound. Watch for some northbound slowing between Foster and Holgate. In the KXL 24-hour traffic center, Mark Dornfeld, News Radio 750 KXL.
And now, Fox 12's Andy Carson with Portland's most accurate weather forecast.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's finally here, first day of summer, and we are looking at right on average, right on par temperatures for the day today. We'll go up to 73 degrees. Any clouds we have this morning will burn off to a mostly sunny afternoon. Then we'll see continued clear skies overnight tonight. Temperatures cooling back down to a very cool and comfortable 52 degrees. I'm Andy Carson, News Radio 750 KXL.
Portland and Vancouver 56 degrees. Salem it is 57. Only KXL brings you traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 8th.
It's 8:10 at KXL. The small Central Oregon town of Madras is still grieving this morning for its fallen soldier. The family of Private First Class Tom Tucker is recovering and receiving support from everyone in the community. This morning on the Today Show, Tucker's father, Wes, shared his thanks.
We don't know how to tell these people thank you. This is probably the biggest small town that I've ever lived in.
The 25-year-old soldier was killed after he was abducted in Iraq on Friday. His body has been flown back to the U.S.
Time is running out to hear their incredible stories for those who are comfortable enough to tell them. Up to 1,000 veterans of World War II die each day, but a local monthly meeting is helping them voice their memories. KXL's Doug Carter has more in part one of his exclusive series, Sharing the Unspeakable.
They're pretty rare, you know. Nearly all of them were fair.
The war talk begins before the veterans even walk through the door.
We just tell stories, lie to each other, and enjoy life.
They meet for coffee at the Bomber Restaurant in Milwaukee on the first Friday of each month. On this day, Virginia Maddage is the first to share her stories about working as a nurse in Jacksonville, Florida, where the U.S. was training fighter pilots. She says people wonder if she served overseas.
When they ask me that, I say yes, because for an Oregonian to be sent to Florida is like a foreign country.
She says the carnage could be as bad as what was seen in Europe.
And we had a lot of crashes. We had a lot of burn victims.
But she remains incredibly humble, deferring instead to the men who flew missions over Europe.
When I hear these gentlemen talk about their experiences, they did so much and they were in for so long. it sort of negates my little contribution.
We will hear from a couple of those men in part 2 tomorrow. Doug Carter, News Radio 750 KXL.
And the time is 8:12.
Coming up in sports, a local Major League umpire gets some love, and the Beavers get some revenge. I'm Jay Allen with a live report from Omaha next on News Radio 750 KXL.
If you're a Portland area homeowner and have even considered refinancing, give me the next 50 seconds and I'll offer you the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm Hayes Barnard, owner of Paramount Equity, and the recent launch of our mortgage bank is allowing us to offer rates lower than ever before. I believe educated consumers always find a company will save them the most money. And I'm proud to say, just last month we helped over 600 families reduce their monthly payments, eliminate debt, and get extra cash. I guess it's about time someone gave the mortgage business a facelift. So listen, regardless of your credit situation, give us one shot to blow you away with our guarantee to beat any written rate and fee structure. Make a 5-minute call right now, and I'll even pay for your home to be appraised. Paramount Equity Mortgage is the Oregon company committed to saving our neighbors money. Call 718-1000 today. 503-718-1000.
Paramount Equity Mortgage. We're here with Randy Sebastian, founder of Renaissance Homes, the largest builder building all homes green.
Oregon is the most beautiful place in the world. That's why we live here. A big part of our success is the culture of our people. Everyone here wants to do a great job. Second best isn't good enough for anybody at Renaissance.
Which is why you insist on building green.
Yeah, living green also, really equates to living well. It's better for the environment, saving our clients money because homes are more environmentally efficient and use less utilities, and they're healthier. It's pretty obvious it's the right thing to do.
Renaissance Homes really are healthier?
Absolutely. We're bringing in fresh air into the home, and you're just not breathing recycled air. It's truly fresh air. And then the off-gassing of noxious materials, such as paint, carpet, that's virtually non-existent in our homes because we're using products that are healthy. So, yeah, absolutely, they're healthier.
Well, thanks, Randy. Maybe it's time you stepped up to a Renaissance.